What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's four-game NBA main slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com and presented by Super Draft. It's a short slate today, but one that's already been affected by a bunch of news, some of which breaking right before I do this video. Fun as always. So let's get some positive energy in the air, and right now, please hit that like button. If you want to win a free month of Awesemo Plus, courtesy of Super Draft, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. Nobody got Daniel Gafford yesterday. How could you? But you get back on track today, so like the video and comment your top value play down below. But even when news breaks everything right before doing this video, we've got no time to waste here in the Four Corners, so let's get right to it, starting with our top owned plays and CJ McCollum in a matchup at New Orleans, in which there are 118.8 implied points for Portland. McCollum has at least 18 shots in his last 7 games, and with Damian Lillard ruled out, McCollum should have all the usage and more playmaking opportunity, with a 30% usage rate and a 29% assist rate in court time without Lillard. Draymond Green at Memphis should also find some ownership today with the 107.5 implied points for Golden State. Draymond is a less effective player when playing with less effective teammates, but his price remains low in a pace-up spot where he should be able to find some easy rebounds and assists. And Anthony Davis versus Oklahoma City should also find some ownership with the 110.8 implied points for the Lakers. Davis's price remains a bit low, and while Oklahoma City is a poorly paced and decent defensive team, Davis projects as a solid value with upside, who gains appeal with some of the other high-priced studs on the slate in flux now. And now into our next corner, some of the top value plays on the slate, starting with Alec Burks in a matchup at Memphis, in which there are 107.5 implied points for Golden State. Burks will get the first crack at Memphis' poor high-paced defense with likely 30 minutes of court time and some risk like last game where he shot 2 for 13 and ended up losing the closing time to his backup Kai Bauman. Another value guy who looks good is Jackson Hayes in that matchup versus Portland, in which there are 114.8 implied points for New Orleans. Hayes should get all the minutes he can handle with Hassan Whiteside on the other team, and Derek favors Angelil Okafor sideline after Hayes had 31 minutes last game with both those bigs out. And Dylan Brooks versus Golden State also looks like good value with 113.5 implied points for Memphis. Brooks had 3 straight games over 30 fantasy points before a dud versus Denver, and his 40% shooting on the year seems due for positive regression and a spot to achieve it given the 119 points per game that Golden State allows. For our next corner, let's hit on some of the mid-price plays who look appealing, starting with Hassan Whiteside in that matchup at New Orleans, which there are 118.8 implied points for Portland. Whiteside's price is reasonable despite the pace-up spot and lack of quality bigs on New Orleans' side, with a 21.4% rebound and some easy scores to be had inside. Jonas Valanciunas versus Golden State also looks like a good mid-price play with 113.5 implied points for Memphis. Jonas should dominate inside given the lack of size and quality rebounding from Golden State, with the only concern that Memphis could go with a smaller, faster group to push his minutes downward. And his teammate Jaren Jackson looks good versus Golden State with that same 113.5 implied points for Memphis. Jackson is always a risk for foul trouble, but he's seen at least 28 minutes in 5 of his last 6 games. And given the pace and Golden State's weak interior, he should have a solid day with upside in this spot. And let's close it out with some of the lower-owned dart throws, starting with Rajon Rondo in that match versus Oklahoma City, in which there are 110.8 implied points for the Lakers. Rondo's minutes limit has been lifted, and he's been productive as usual with a 32% assist rate, with a down-paced match versus Oklahoma City the most unappealing part of the equation. And Eric Pascal at Memphis also looks interesting as a lower-owned play with 107.5 implied points for Golden State. Pascal led the team with 28% usage last game, and he'll have the opportunity to keep shooting in this high-paced spot versus Memphis, with D'Angelo Russell out again. And lastly, Jay Crowder versus Golden State looks good with that 113.5 implied points for Memphis. Crowder is due for positive regression on his 39.4% shooting from the floor, and the poor Golden State defense gives up 48% shooting to opponents with the high pace that I've mentioned previously. So there you have it. That's what I'm seeing so far for this slate, which is changing by the minute. So right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win a free month of Awesemo Plus, courtesy of Super Draft, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. And of course, you don't even have to know salaries over at Super Draft. So right now, head over to superdraft.io because they are the presenting sponsor of the Four Corners, and they're also offering you $20 free on any deposit of $100 or more. So go over there right now and check out their multiplier tournaments where there's a lot of overlay, and you don't have to even know salaries. Just pick your players and go. Head over to superdraft.io. Use that promo code AWESEMO for $20 free on a deposit of $100 or more. And if you want some more data, including projections for Super Draft, you can use this promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE for half off your first month of Awesemo Plus. Go to awesemo.com/join and find packages as low as $3.95 a week on there. Head over to awesemo.com/join right now and choose a package that'll work for you. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I've got 7 days a week of NFL and NBA DFS content. Even when it breaks me mentally, it's still coming out. So check out what I'm doing right now on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. Tonight it'll be Chris Randone and Fast Eddie Fear on live before lock, so tune into those gentlemen later today. Of course, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for another Four Corners. So thank you for watching. Hit that like button before you go, and I'll see you guys again soon. Good luck.